ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kerbal Spaceship Program, Episode 8. The ending of last episode was a little weird because I got a new microphone and it defaulted to voice mod, which is not what I wanted to do because I don't have voice mod properly set up right now since it updated a bunch and I haven't used it in a couple years. So, J134 Condor class exploration vessel, is this the one that I was using? It appears so. Let's see what science we have. A bunch of stuff from the MUN. I was planning on going to Minmus, but I don't think I did. Let's see how the lab is doing. I guess this is just fast forward time and wait for the lab to finish processing. Or what I could do is land it and set up a ground lab at the KSC and then manually transfer over the science. I think I could do that. I don't want to have these guys just wait in orbit for ages. Yeah, I'm just going to set up the ground lab. Where did the air brakes go? I swear I put air brakes on this. That sucks. Oh, I remember, the bottom panel broke off of this, so the reactor and stuff is exposed. Okay, there's the KSC right there. Okay, I'm definitely going to overshoot it if I don't do something. I shouldn't have pitched up so much earlier. And I'm going to try and make this turn without making everyone pass out. Air brakes would have helped a little bit. I'm going to park this next to the start of the runway and make a little rover, not a little rover, probably a rather large rover. Monopropellant we've hardly used at all, so I can just reuse this if I wanted, except the bottom panel is missing. And so I did put air brakes on this, they just broke off. Okay, so Condor is over there, and I'm going to need a new rover. I might want to do 2 labs. That is amazing, and I'm gonna have to keep this in mind, this magnetic forklift. So the plan is to transfer Jeb to the Condor, transfer the scientists from the Condor to the still unnamed lab rover, recover the Condor and all of the crew except the scientists. Okay, Jeb, EVA. Is there a ladder on the... There's not. But there should be a hatch underneath. There we go. EVA, Bart Pond. Is he underneath? He is underneath. I don't want him to get out of there. I want him to get out of the top one. Do not get stuck in there, please. Okay. Okay, I guess whatever works. What did I rebind that to? Up and down? Nope. Oh, there we go. It's the brackets. Okay, recover vessel. Is there anything I can research? I should probably get that, because I do want to make those microsats. Specialized control gives me the heavy 5-way RCS block, which is what I regularly use for larger ships, and it also gives me avionics hub. All of these little dudes need to get into the rover. Why is it not letting me go up? Whatever, I'll just climb up the side. Alright. Oh, I'm not controlling that, that's weird. Oh, because there's nobody flying it. Should have put a probe core on it. That was dumb. NACOT, transfer to here. Now I should review stored. Does this even work like I think it does?
No.
Oh, but I can't transfer anything into this one. Oh well, start research here. And transfer Bob and Sandlorf into here. Okay, and just time warp, I guess. Wait, can I? No available in-range antenna. I forgot antenna. Back to the Space Center. And I'm going to need an engineer to attach an antenna to it. Do I have the Pack Rat rover saved? Oh no, I've got this Mural rover. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Can I store stuff in here? I don't think I can. Oh, that carries 9,000 liters? Crew. Perfect. So, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to the EVA construction, because I'm trying to do it in this version of KSP with all of these mods. Basically just tears the vessel apart. Also, the reason I don't like using these LLL cockpits is because it's really weird. It's larger on the outside, and I should be able to take this. Oh, I have to be in build mode. Is it this? It is this. So I do that. Oh, so it is. It's just too heavy. Okay. Revert to spaceplane hangar, and I guess I've got to get a bunch of littler ones. Okay, that should be good. Alright, Bill, you're up. Hey, put your visor down, you idiot. You're gonna go blind. Okay, but I can just... And then these are just too heavy. But that's everything else. Man, I want a hot dog. Okay, and then just recover vessel. So, that went smoothly. Suspiciously smoothly. Alright, I guess I will wait. No power. Oh, that's kind of creepy, actually. I don't like that flashlight look. Okay, there's a solar panel. There's another one. And another one. Bill, your work here is done. I do not understand how these reactors work. Yeah, I don't understand why it's saying I have too much helium-4. There's literally, helium-4 is full. It says there's no helium-4 anywhere in this list. It looks like this will just run. Yeah, okay, I'm fine. Oh, I didn't even check to see if those antennas I put on there were combinable. This is why I don't like using the MPL. Alright. I hope I never have to use this rover again. Cool. 2,700 science. Now, I just wish I had the funds to actually upgrade the R&D. What contracts can I get? Okay, start exploring the sun. Plant a flag on Minmus. I could do this IFS cryogenic tank. Mark II stack decoupler at the launch site. Yeah, sure. Rovamax Model M1. While orbiting the sun. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Can I upgrade this? I can. So these should all be very profitable missions. I'm going to need to design a new ship for the space camp. I might just do a rocket. I don't know. Ooh, I've got an idea. Okay. Now, the plan here is to drop this off in orbit and leave it while I run the rest of the mission. I need to actually know how many Kerbals I'm taking on this space camp mission. 13? Okay. So I can just get away with a couple of those. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Okay. Let me just make this and see how it turns out. 13 plus the actual crew. So, I'm going to just put some monopropellant on this. No. Yes. I'm going to put the cupola on it. Nice. So this is basically just a little space station. So this is the core of the ship that I'm going to be using. So I just need 11, and let's see. That should be, yeah, 6 of those. Now it's time for, you guessed it, procedure. There's an issue. Let's see, maybe I can put a fuel tank there with monopropellant. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. The aerodynamics aren't going to matter because Okay, as far as colors go, I think I'm just going to leave this white. And I'm just going to call this the Space Bus. Dude Bull. I've definitely had that name before. You do not get a window. I don't know how much science this will give me, if any, but it will be very lucrative, and I'm easily going to triple this amount here. So, let's go. I forgot parachutes. Whatever. While I am waiting for this mission to complete, I've got to take these guys on a tour of the Space Center, and I can unlock a contract of either a space hotel or a casino. Casino is a lot more complicated, or it used to be a lot more complicated. It used to require 4 asteroids and I was on a Strats and Blitz stream, and it seemed like the kind of thing that he would tackle. So I asked him about it. I'm like, I've got a contract to make a space casino using 4 asteroids and a bunch of different parameters, and he said, good luck with that. So, because I think the contracts have changed. If the casino decides not to have 4 asteroids and it just has 1, then I'll do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to do the space hotel, and I've got a pretty neat design for it, I think. But obviously that's not going to be this episode, because that's going to take forever. Alright, that should do it. 80 kilometers. I forgot, my up and down keys aren't working properly. In the game, not on my keyboard. Ooh, I hope that's not an issue. It absolutely is going to be an issue. Oh, this doesn't have any reaction wheels. Just RCS. Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that for the first time in this entire series, the Kraken has struck. Okay, let's load persistent. Let's try this again. Now, to the moon we go. Oh, I forgot to orbit. Okay, I guess this is just practice for when I need to actually re-dock them. Only I've got about 40 seconds. Well, that's pretty easy. And I'm glad it's very easy, actually. I need to be burning radial out. On second thought... Okay, drag's not that bad. Okay, periapsis is there, apoapsis is here, and I'm going up, so I can just coast. That's a relief. Re-entry in 9 minutes? I forgot to circularize. I'm sure this has enough delta V to circularize on its own. Knew it. Okay. Now this needs to circularize. Alright. Everything is as it should be. Quick save 11. Now, it is time to go to the moon. The mun. That's not as equatorial as I would like. Do I have to land? Yes. Let's try and land in the crater, because it's equatorial. And I would like to... Oh, close enough. That was rougher than I would have liked. But I landed on the mun, and now all I need to do is plant a flag on Minmus. I forgot ladders on this, but it doesn't matter right now because I'm just going to Minmus. But that would be nice to have in future missions if I need to take this to bodies with heavier gravity. This doesn't seem right, but I'm tempted to try it just to see what happens. Yeah, no. You know what that means? Direct transfer? Oh, that's anti-target. Now, here's the question that I don't know, and what engine statistics don't adequately tell me is how long it takes for these things to dump out X amount of delta V. You know what? Forget about that. I'm just gonna add a maneuver to get the rest of the way there because I'm really struggling here. Alright. I suppose the answer to my question earlier about how long it takes to dump X amount of delta V is just how long it took to dump the delta V in the first place if I'm doing a direct transfer. So I should be fine to just warp here. I should have brought science on this mission because I don't think I've actually been to Minmus yet. Have I? That's cool that there's a rock right there. I didn't notice that when I was landing. Wait, let's see. Who's the one with the least amount of Fabian? Okay. Fabian, you look a little old. I mentioned this. I have been to Minmus. Last time I was on Minmus, I mentioned how it was easier to move with the EVA pack than it was to actually just walk. Pick up green sandstone. Yep, I've already gotten this. Whoops. That's not how that's supposed to work. Good news is, I seem to have hit the milestone for how long that station is supposed to be in orbit, so that's cool. And they're gonna get an extra 20 days in orbit by the sound of it. I hate doing this. Trying to find the most sensitive variable. There we go, I think I've got it. That took way longer than it should have, but at least I know how to dock them properly. No, retrograde, I won't retrograde. Quick save. Mostly because I don't have a lot of monopropellant left. So, I need to set that as the target, turn this. I'm going to retract the solar panels before I forget, and it appears that that thing is upside down. Yes. I should have put lights in the loading bay. Beautiful. Wow. Now I've got a little bit more monopropellant, although it's still pretty low, but it should be okay. That said, next time I'm absolutely going to put more reaction wheels on this because what I had was not good enough at all. And honestly, neither was the amount of monopropellant. I'll have to switch this tank out for monopropellant next time. I really hope my decision to not go back to the spaceplane hangar and add parachutes was a safe one. Worst comes to worst, I can do a water landing. Trajectories? Is it trajectories? The one that has the big X right there? That's not working. Uh-oh. Can this handle prograde? I guess not. Maybe the air brakes will help. Although do I want prograde? Because this is just going to land like a rocket. Hopefully. Yeah, no, this is not going to work. Okay, good news, nobody died. Yet. And there goes all the Yeah, okay. Okay, monopropellant is out again. That's to be expected. And now hopefully if the spin doesn't get too far off center from retrograde and I can actually land this vertically-ish. Well, so much for that. Let me try to actually lock it in retrograde first, because I noticed that didn't happen when I loaded 16. Here we go. I have relative control. Okay, this is not terrible. You know what? I'm counting that as a wild success. Okay, got some science, some funds. I need more scientists. What I need to do right now, I can't focus on hiring astronauts. I need to upgrade the research and development building. Now I can actually unlock things like advanced science tech, nuclear fuel systems. This gives me a lot of structural parts. Now I can research the molten salt reactor, which is a lot smaller, but just as good, relatively, as the other one that I've been using. Okay, now I've got the science laboratory and a couple of other science laboratories, so I can do better science faster. Composites just gives me a bunch more LLL parts. Advanced landing I'm going to get, and heavy landing I'm also going to get. And that leaves me with 207 science left. Yeah, I'm just going to get actuators. Advanced actuators gets me some crane parts, which is pretty cool. But for now, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and comment and subscribe. Like, actually subscribe, because I'm sure everybody has heard of how when people tell you to subscribe, it actually influences the amount of subscribers you get by a lot, which I would like to see. So subscribe, please, and leave a comment about your favorite part, because that just influences the algorithm in a good way. Peace.